If they already expected me to forget stuff, why not actually forget? Why not give them exactly what they were waiting for? That way I'd find out once and for all who really cared about me and who was just doing their duty as children. Monday morning. Like always, I got up at 6 to make coffee. Only this time I put the water on the stove and walked out of the kitchen. Went to the backyard, watered the plants real slow, counting the minutes. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. The water started boiling hard. Rebecca came running from the laundry room. "Dad, the water's boiling over!" She turned off the burner and looked at me with that look. You know, that look like she just had her worst fear confirmed. "Dad, you left the water on the stove." I put on my best confused face. I did, but I don't even remember putting it on. I saw it in her eyes. She bought it, and worse, she seemed almost relieved. Like it was easier to deal with me being forgetful than deal with me being normal. "It's okay, Dad, I'll make the coffee for you." It's okay, like at 76, I'd lost the right to make my own coffee. Tuesday afternoon. I was reading the paper when Michael showed up. "Where'd my glasses go?" I asked, scratching my head. "Dad, they're on your head." I reached up to my glasses, acted totally shocked. Geez, didn't even realize I put them there. I paused. Think I'm getting a little... You know? Michael let out this sigh. That sigh of someone with one more problem to deal with. "Dad, that happens to everybody. You're tired, that's all." "Michael, what's your wife's name again?" He stopped looking at his phone, stared at me. "Karen, Dad." "Karen. You've known each other 15 years. "Oh, right. Karen." I nodded slow. "Course, Karen." I watched him grab his phone to text. Bet it was Rebecca. Dad's getting worse. I bought a little notebook at the corner store. Every day I wrote down something I forgot. Where the gate key goes. How to turn on the radio. Rice recipe. Rice. I'm the one who taught Rebecca that recipe when her mother died 12 years ago. I'm the one who kept house when she worked night shifts at the hospital. But now I forgot how to make rice. I left the notebook on the kitchen table, wanted to see if anyone would read it, if anyone would care what was going through my head. Thursday, Rebecca found it. "Dad, what's this little notebook?" "Oh, I'm writing down stuff I forget so I don't lose track." She flipped through it slow. Her face kept changing. It wasn't sadness exactly, more like urgency. Urgency to fix another problem. "Dad, we need to talk." Friday afternoon, Rebecca showed up with both my boys, Michael and David, my youngest. All 3 kids together never meant good news. They sat around the kitchen table, same table where they did homework, where we celebrated birthdays, where we cried when their mother passed. "Dad, we're worried," Rebecca started. "About what?" "About you. These things you keep forgetting." Michael jumped in. "We don't think it's safe for you living alone anymore." Alone. Funny how they never noticed I'd been living alone for 12 years. Difference was, now I was the dangerous kind of alone. "You want to stick me in a nursing home?" "No, Dad," Rebecca rushed to say. "It's assisted living. There's people your age, medical care. There's people to watch me because you think I forgot how to live." Heavy silence. The kind that happens when everyone knows you just spoke the truth. "Dad, it's for your own good," David said. "My good or yours?" Nobody answered. "We'll figure something out," Rebecca said, standing up. "But this can't keep going." Keep going how? Keep existing? Keep taking up space? After they left, I sat at that table staring at the notebook, and for the first time since I started this whole act, I felt truly forgotten. Not forgetting small stuff, forgotten as in who I was to them. Saturday morning. I woke up early and made real coffee, no games. I was on the front porch watching the sun come up when I heard this little giggle. "Grandpa?" I turned around. Emma, my youngest granddaughter, 8 years old, curly hair, eyes way too smart. "Hey there, sweetheart. What are you doing here so early?" "I came to check if you're okay. Mommy said you've been forgetting things." She climbed up in the chair with me, snuggled like she always did. "Emma, Grandpa's getting old. Sometimes he forgets." "That's not true." The The words came out so simple, I almost dropped my coffee. What do you mean? You didn't forget anything. You remember I hate Brussels sprouts. You remember all your stories. You remember my birthday. You're just pretending. My heart nearly stopped. Why would you think that? 'Cause yesterday you said you forgot how to make rice, but last week you made that yummy rice pudding, and you forgot Aunt Karen's name, but when she got here you said, "Hi, Karen, just fine." 8 years old, and she was paying more attention to me than my 3 grown kids put together. What else did you notice? When you pretend, you look sad. When you really forget something little, you laugh about it. But when you pretend, your eyes go different. Busted by an 8-year-old. You gonna tell your mom? Emma thought about it. Nope. No? 'Cause I get it. Get what? Sometimes people pretend stuff to see if other people really like them. And that's when I lost it. Really cried, with the shaking and everything, all that hurt pouring out. Don't cry, Grandpa. Sorry, sweetheart, it's just, you understood me. Been a long time since anybody understood me. Emma stayed with me all morning. We had coffee, hers with lots of milk, mine black, watered the plants together, and while we worked I told her everything. You know, Emma, when people get old, sometimes folks forget we're still people. They think we turned into problems to solve. But you're not a problem, Grandpa, you're my grandpa. To you, yeah, but to the others, they love you, Grandpa. They do, but not like you love me. They love scared, all rushed. You love... how? Just normal, she said, laughing. Really, really normal. Emma, help me with something? Sure. Help me stop pretending? And she had a plan. Course she did. Kids figure things out in ways grown-ups can't. Straight to the point. Grandpa, you're gonna make Sunday dinner. Dinner? Your spaghetti and meatballs. You'll call everybody over and show them you remember everything. How everyone likes it, family stories, all of it. What if they get mad? They'll be mad for a little bit. Then they'll understand. So what if it doesn't work? It will, because I'll be right there with you. Right there with me, not trying to fix me, just with me. Next Sunday, spent the whole morning in the kitchen. Spaghetti just how everyone likes. Michael wants his firmer. Rebecca likes hers softer. Meatballs like their mama used to make. Recipe I memorized from watching her cook. Salad without onions for Karen. Garlic bread that David goes crazy for. Every spice was a memory. Every detail proved I remembered what mattered. Noon, doorbell. Hi, Dad, smells amazing. Rebecca walked in, surprised. You cooked? Sure did. Made that spaghetti you all love. Michael showed up with Karen. Dad, but didn't you forget how to cook? Forget? When'd I say that? They looked at each other like they had no clue what was happening. David arrived with his crew. House filled up with people, noise, life. At the table, I started easy. Michael, made yours spicy like you like. Thanks, Dad. Karen got you salad with no onions. She smiled but looked confused. Thank you, Walter. David, there's garlic bread. Dad, haven't had your garlic bread in forever. Everything I remembered was cracking the lie I'd built. They could see it. Rebecca was the one who asked, Dad, weren't you forgetting things? I looked at Emma. She gave me that encouraging smile. Can I level with you all? I was faking it. Dead silence, just forks hitting plates. I pretended to forget 'cause you already expected it. Poor old Grandpa. He's not the same. Needs special care. Michael put his fork down. Dad, let me say this, son. I wanted to know who really cared about me. Not about what kind of problem I might become, about me. Rebecca went pale. Dad, we do care. You care about what I might mess up, not about how I feel. That's not true, isn't it? When's the last time any of you came by just to talk? Not to check if I took my pills, not to fix something, just to sit and talk. Silence again. Know who figured out I was faking? Her. I looked at Emma. 8 years old. Know why? 'Cause she actually pays attention to me, to how I feel, not just what I might forget. Emma grinned and came over for a hug. I told you Grandpa didn't forget anything. That's when I saw the tears starting. First David, then Karen. Michael wiped his eyes. Rebecca really broke down. Dad, I'm so sorry. For what? For treating you like you were just a problem. I know you were trying to take care of me. But that's not taking care, she said, coming to my chair. Taking care is being here. It's asking how your day was, not just if you remembered your medicine. Michael stood up. Dad, we screwed up. We really screwed up. You got scared of losing me. But you won't lose me by caring about me. You'll lose me by not seeing me anymore. David asked, so what now, Dad? How do we fix this? Now you stop treating me like I'm going to break and start letting me be part of your lives again. But what if someday you really do forget? Rebecca asked. Then you remind me. With patience, like Emma did. She didn't feel sorry for me, didn't judge me. She just understood. Emma beamed. And if I ever forget who you are, you tell me, as many times as it takes. But don't ever stop treating me like I'm still me. Monday morning, got up early, made my coffee, went to the porch. Coffee came out perfect. I was sitting there when I heard the gate. Rebecca. Morning, Dad. Thought I'd have coffee with you. What about work? I'll get there when I get there. Want to hear about your Sunday. She sat down next to me. We just sat quiet, listening to the birds. Dad? Yeah? Thank you. For what? If you hadn't done this, we never would have figured it out. Sometimes you need a wake-up call. You awake now? We're awake. Michael already called, wants to come for Sunday dinner. David wants to take you fishing. What about you? I'm going to come have coffee every Monday, if that's okay. Okay, Rebecca, that's the best news I've heard in forever. Tuesday, Emma showed up again, climbed right up in the chair with me. So, Grandpa, how'd it go with Mom? Great, sweetheart. We talked, had coffee without rushing around. I knew it'd work. How'd you know? 'Cause when people really love each other, they always work it out. 8 years old and she knew more about love than most adults I know. Emma, how'd you know I was pretending? She swung her legs. When you pretended, you looked sad. When you were just being you, you looked happy, and I like you happy better. And now? She looked right at me. Now you're being you, and you is way better. Pretending to have problems was the best lie I ever told. Not 'cause fooling my kids was good, but because it taught me some important stuff. First, love isn't fixing problems. Love is showing up. Second, getting old isn't a sickness. It's just another part of life. Third, kids see things clearer than grown-ups sometimes. They see with their hearts. And fourth, pretending to be someone else hurts everybody, but sometimes you gotta pretend to figure out who you really are. Michael came fishing Saturday. Didn't catch a thing, but we talked about life. Been years since we had a real father-son conversation. David showed up Sunday with his boys. They played in the backyard while we worked on the garden together. Rebecca comes for coffee every Monday. Sometimes she brings her worries, but she always brings time. And time's the most expensive thing you can give someone. Here's the truth. Everybody forgets stuff. Kids forget toys. Grown-ups forget appointments. Young people forget names of folks they just met. But when you get old, any little slip becomes a disease. Any distraction becomes a symptom. I don't have anything wrong with my head. Never did. But I pretended I did to find out. Who'd love me, even if I really was losing it? Turns out, real love doesn't need perfect memory. It needs patience. It needs just being there. Emma loves me exactly like I am. Flaws and all, good parts and all, everything. My kids love me too. They just forgot how to show it without being scared. This morning, making my coffee without any games, I got to thinking, how many people are walking around pretending to be someone else just to see if anybody likes them? How many old folks pretend they can't do things just to get some company? How many kids fake being sick just to get attention? Everybody's pretending something. I pretended to forget. My kids pretended they didn't have time. Difference is, I stopped pretending. And you listening to this? What are you pretending? If you made it this far, this story hit you somehow. Maybe you got someone who needs more time than solutions. Maybe you're the one pretending something. Found out I didn't need to fake problems to be loved. Just needed to be myself, with my fears, my flaws, my need for someone to care. Today the coffee's perfect, like I always knew how to make it. And there's no more notebook full of lies on the table. There's a new picture. Me, my kids, my grandkids, all of us smiling. On the back, in Emma's handwriting, family that really loves each other. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you sat down with someone you love just to talk? No phone, no rushing, no agenda? When's the last time you really paid attention to somebody? Life moves too fast to pretend there's time to waste. And love can't wait.